Right, mate, it's time for another Mindset Monday, and this episode is all about the Revenant Mindset.
Ooh, so, in a nutshell, when you can't run, crawl. Just take small steps, do whatever you can to move forward.
So just recently I was watching the movie Revenant, you might have seen it, Leonardo DiCaprio. And what I love about that movie, and I think we discussed it on a live feed one night about how it kind of gets you in the mood for appreciating hunger and food and fasting and whatnot. And what was great about it is I was watching it, and it was a great kind of what's the word, analogy for life. You know, he got mauled by a bear and he was abandoned by his friends. He was down on his ass, injured, wounded, hungry, nearly dying. But he was bloody determined. He rolled off, crawled when he couldn't walk. He's scraping along the floor. He gets himself to shelter. He eventually hoists himself up on a stick and limps. You know, he's in dangerous territory because there's Indians everywhere. But no, he just keeps crawling. Eventually makes a fire, you know, and he's getting himself warm and getting some water on board. And then he's finding food. And always getting stronger until he's back to full strength and his former self.
So if you think about this as a numbers game, okay, so if 100 was absolute picture perfect health, vitality, energy, power, and a 0 is death, you're dead. There's nowhere to go. Okay, he was at a half. Okay, he was at 0.5.
He was blinking. His little light was blinking.
Yeah, exactly. So many people in this situation would say, oh, do you know what? I'm 0.5. What's the point? I'm done. And they would just, and they often say that you can literally die from your own mindset. You can just give in. People would just give in. But he didn't. And he went from a 0.5 to a 1. And all that matters was he was moving in the right direction. He just thought, do you know what? I just have to move here.
And then he went from a 1 to a 2. Because he pushed himself, he found some water.
So this is exactly what we are suggesting to you. And it doesn't have to be about health and fitness. It could be your job, it could be your love life, it could be your finances, whatever it might be. Just think, well, where am I? Are you absolutely down and out? Even, we're talking extreme cases here, and that's a great movie for your motivation. But it's going to be an extreme case that you're at 0.5, okay? Most people think about down in dumps if you're even at 50%, okay? Which is crazy. But just think, okay, what does it take for me to move from even a 20 to a 21, because you're moving in the right direction.
So if this is weight loss, whatever, if you're not happy with physique, just give yourself a number, whatever that number is, out of 100. And then from there, you're like, right, I'm going to start crawling and I'm going to add a point to that. I'm going to find water, I'm going to add a second point. I'm going to hoist myself up. I'm going to keep myself warm. I'm going to find some real food. I'm going to build myself back to 100. 1 point at a time, or even half a point at a time. When we say 1 to 100, right, is 100 like godlike or Kilty?
100 is a Kilty.
Kilties. We're feeling very Kilty today.
Although if you're being absolutely honest, you think, okay, well, in terms of health and fitness, you know, I think I'm quite high, but certainly not at the 100 mark. But that's the whole point of we're on a journey as well. You know, maybe say we're maybe 85. Okay, so what does it take for us to get to an 86? You know, and it doesn't matter, even if you want to take this from the positive aspect rather than the negative, okay, we obviously want to appeal to people who are feeling a bit down about themselves or certain situations, but you might be feeling on top of the world right now and thinking, do you know what, I'm totally content. We're saying no, keep moving until you have got that Kilty.
Till you feel Kilty.
I feel like we should break into a dance now.
Fuck. A bear! Oh!